I really am just so unsure, and I feel really guilty about it. But Wyvern picked up by 5Clones, a great hero that they played very well in the last game, but Yumi? I'm just going to roll with whichever one comes out at the time that I say it. Playing Meepo just absolutely dominated that game. It was wild. I was so incredibly impressed with this guy. Like, that end of that, I'm sorry, I'm not over it. I'm not over it. And I'm having a hard time pulling myself together and becoming professional. And actually, a first pick for this series, the Shadow Shaman. I'm actually kind of surprised that it took till game 3. I think Shadow Shaman is super strong. Very, very good. Uh, I really like he can set up for kills really easily with just shackles and hex, and then you can transition really easily into getting an objective with wards. Like let's say you go mid, you kill their mid, you take their mid tier 1, or you can even go Roche, drop wards on Roche, which I think is super underutilized at lower levels of play. In tournaments like this, I don't think people use like Death Prophet ults and Shadow Shaman ults enough to get Roshan, because those ults will always be off cooldown by the time that you're like those ults will be off cooldown before the Aegis expires, I should say, um, which makes it really easy. Which makes it very, very easy for them to uh, just wait with the Aegis, and then you go for a fight when your ults are back up. So we'll see if that's the kind of strategy that they go for. Winter Wyvern actually does okay against him. Cold Embrace saves heroes a lot of grief against the wards. And then Legion Commander picked up. That's another first for this series, particularly interesting. I really like it. Um, I wonder if they'll pick anything to go with it. They have a lot of ways to make sure she wins the duel with like hexes and like I shouldn't say a lot of ways, but they have a way to make sure she wins the duel because you can always just add additional control onto the duel hero. Decent burst with Ether Shock. We'll, I wonder if they're going to pick up anything else to follow up duel or if it's just going to be Legion. But at the same time, Wyvern is really good against Legion. If you Cold Embrace the hero that is being dueled, or you Winter's Curse the Legion Commander, it can be really hard for her to win those duels, if not impossible. Anytime you're in range, she'll either need to make sure she duels when Wyvern's not around, or duel the Wyvern, essentially. Otherwise, she's not going to be able to win these duels. So I can't believe I overlooked that. Maybe I'm still a little bit frazzled after that last game. My circuits are a little bit tweaked. So hopefully we rewire and get back into focus for this game. And Double Star, the Radiant are definitely rewiring their strategy, going for entirely unique heroes we haven't seen them play just yet. Heroes that we haven't seen either team play in this series. And then the Earthshaker, who's kind of been really desirable for both sides, and then picked up by 5 Clones. Really great pick. Instant sniper ban, instant razor ban. But this is something that we generally. I'm kind of surprised Shaker wasn't banned, or that they didn't second pick it. Very powerful hero, and I think that the Shaker has been incredibly high impact on all 3 games that it's been in. And if memory serves, I'm pretty sure the Shaker has I think it might have won the game that it was the game each time it was on, like the each team it was on won the game. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit in recovery mode after that incredible game number 2. I did not expect that in the least. I don't think anyone did, but Juggernaut banned by 5 Clones, and Star getting the first pick in this second phase. They remove Ursa once more, and I'm kind of surprised Leshrac has been completely ignored. I actually really like Leshrac with what Star have. It would give a really, really good early game team another tanky hero. He does really well in his lanes, helps Legion win duels with Split Earth, with Pulse Nova. Great against Wyvern, just kills whoever's Cold Embraced. Doesn't do a ton of physical damage, so you're not really contributing to the Winter's Curse. I don't know. I think there's a lot of reasons that Star pick Lesh. Specifically, that generally just that hero is really good right now. But they could always go for another support. Oracle actually has been ignored. A really difficult a really difficult a really difficult hero to play. Like, Oracle is so strong, but it's really easy to mess up. It's really easy for your teammates to not capitalize on the false promise. It's easy to to whiff the combo, to disarm a hero at the wrong time. I do like it for Star though, because then your Legion never loses a duel. You always just false promise her during the duel, and she can't possibly lose, just because false promise lasts longer than duel lasts. So even if she doesn't win, she won't lose, not feeding damage away. But they have so many options. They could always go for like an early life stealer or something. Troll Warlord did get banned in game 1, but was ignored in game number 2. Uh, I would like Troll Warlord. They could Nyx Assassin if they wanted another support that kind of has a lot of that strong team fight contribution, very good laner. But they do go for that Lesh. Really happy to see that Lesh. But for 5 clones, let's see. Enigma's still in the pool. I wouldn't mind them trying that again. Um, Enigma, we saw Orpheus play it in game 1, and he just kind of missed I think, the critical timings of getting your Helm of the Dominator early, getting a quick level 6 and ganking mid, and then taking a tower on the first or second catapult wave with the dominated catapult creep. You have to be really, really precise on these timings on this 4 position Enigma, the way that it's been played now. You could always go for the standard, like, Blink Dagger, or, you know, rush arcanes, blink, get a mech that a lot of people still do, but I think that's the less optimal way to play the hero, although still good. But easier, a lot easier. I wouldn't mind seeing them go back for that Enigma, but instead they're grabbing a Night Stalker. Intriguing. I suspect this is their offlane hero. Interesting. Another hero we haven't seen in the draft. I'm actually really excited for this. We've got 4 unique picks. Uh, I love when teams shake it up. And Star, they had a pretty comfortable game 1 win, but a really devastating game 2 loss. That game really seemed like it was going all their way, and then Meepo happened, man. I don't think anyone expects Meepo to happen to you like that, but another support that they could pick, like Nature's Prophet, Vengeful Spirit. I still like the Oracle. Oracle goes really well with Lesh and Legion. Lesh, you just throw that false promise on him, and he just gets to run around dealing damage for 8 seconds, or more if he lives. But, hum. Earthshaker still picked. Like, that hero is just wild, but they're going with Clinks. Intriguing. Terrible against Winter Wyvern. Awful hero against Winter Wyvern once she gets some points in her E. Fortunately, he can't. And the other problem with him is he's so fragile. He dies in Winter's Curse really easily. We'll definitely need a BKB. I hope he doesn't get baited into a Linken's. Clinken's Fear.
10 seconds remaining.
Just because a lot of people go for Linken's when they're trying to block big spells like that, but BKB gives enough raw stats that he may just survive, and it's also really good against Earthshaker, and you avoid the Night Stalker AoE silence. So an intriguing pickup, and currently Star looking really early game focused. Like they really want to just fight as quickly as possible and take towers very, very fast, which they certainly can do. You've got the Clinks to just pelt away at that tower and the Shaman wards. So I would like to see them go in more on this. Clinks could be their safe lane. They could mid it. They could also safe lane Lesh or mid Lesh. They've got some fairly flexible heroes. They can move their lanes around a little bit. 5 clones, though. Oh, we're going to see their next pick going for a Pugna. I actually like that a lot. It's another tool to defend heroes against Legion Commander, and it defends heroes against Clinks. You don't even have to cast it on the hero being hit. You cast it on the Legion or on the Clinks, and it defends them. It's also another good pushing hero. Something that they were really lacking was the ability to take towers. They can push waves really easy with the Wyvern, the Splitter Blast, but now they can start chunking towers too. So I think this is an interesting pick. Also really good against Leshrac. You throw down that Nether Ward, and Lesh turns into it's like a disco. It's like a strobe light going off, just electrocuting that Leshrac over and over again. Really rough for him to deal with. But Clink's pretty good at killing constructs like that, killing the Nether Ward, killing tombstones. So probably not something that Star is overly concerned about, but definitely something they're going to have to be mindful of. Waiting for that final ban. Star banning out the Naga Siren. Looks like both of these teams, or at least Star, have some pretty high value on that
Five
Naga.
seconds remaining.
Actually, both of the times a team won it, they were Radiant, I'm pretty sure. And Radiant, I think, still maintains a pretty
Dire
strong gold
team
lead
pick.
over the Dire. We'll see if 5 Clones can break that. They played so well last game. I honestly think Star, besides their mid Duck, played okay. They didn't do. I think they had some good moments, but I was really unimpressed with a lot of like the Sven plays. Um, but that Sven, I don't know. I don't think they played badly, but I don't think they played as well
Ten
as they could
seconds
have.
remaining.
And now 5 Clones looking for their final pick. It's their draft's a little
5
wonky,
seconds
to
remaining.
say the least. But I guess Stars is a little wonky too. So I'm kind of at a loss. I would go if I were them. I would like Death Prophet. I don't know. I like Death Prophet because you can go Ghost Scepter, you can
Radiant team
bully like
pick.
Lesser Legion, but they're instead grabbing Jarakal, the Troll Warlord, which also really good. So it looks like it's going to be Pugna mid or Night Stalker mid, Pugna off lane. They can lane this in a lot of ways, but Troll, another hero great at taking objectives, also very, very good at just fighting. Literally gets so angry he cannot die. And Star,
10
don't
seconds
have any
remaining.
defensive heroes right now, really. They could take like a Dazzle because
5
of the
seconds remaining.
weave armor. They could always. I still think they should go Oracle. Actually, the disarm on Troll Warlord would be devastating to him, and you can just pop your ult. You can. I think that Oracle or some other defensive support is very, very good for Star, and they end up opting for an Invoker,
Choose
so
your
it's a
hero.
support Leshrac. Okay, interesting. I've definitely seen support Lesh. I've definitely seen it become more popular. Um, I personally don't love it. I think three position offlane is pretty good, but my biggest complaint about Leshrac as a support is he's really mana hungry and really weak without some items at least. So I really hope that they have something for him. But 5 Clones. This is going to be game three. The loser of this eliminated from the LD2L and will not be advancing to the finals next week. A very close game number two shows that neither team is invincible, as 5 Clones took that, but game one was a dominant performance of Star. As we load into this third game, it really could be anybody's. I'm going to be honest, I do not love either of these drafts. They're really wonky. They're very, very strange, really greedy, I think, both drafts. But that guy, Duck, very experienced on Invoker, can be a real problem for the Dire. I think it's easier for the Radiant to win this game than it is for the Dire. I think their heroes are easier to play. I think their heroes are just a lot simpler to come out on top with. But
It was time to prepare for battle.
it can just go either way. And now in game number three, we've got on the side of Star looking to take back their crown after a devastating loss in game number two. Nissa playing the Legion Commander, then Caffeinated playing Clinks, Duck playing the Invoker, number one on Leshrac, and Shadow Shaman played by Big DZ on the other side of the map. Yumi? I'm so sure it's Yumi. I should have asked between games. Playing the Pugna, Winter Wyvern played by Brion once again. Elam playing the Night Stalker. I called him Phantom the whole game because I didn't notice the Elam in his name. So I apologize. I'm so sorry
10
to everybody in
seconds
this game for
remaining.
calling him the wrong name. Orphelius though, or Felius. Now I'm doubting myself. Playing Earthshaker. I might just call them the hero names this game to be really safe. And finally, Jarakal Jarakal played by Trooper Down. Clink starting with those searing arrows to just throw out some poke onto that Earthshaker, who's really been a staple in all of these games.
Heroes rode out to the
Lesh
field of
starting split
glory.
Earth. Two banner runes for each side. This mid matchup, I want to say
I
it's
wonder how this will
Invoker
turn out.
favored. We do have a brief pause. My mouth is still really dry.
Did I mix my magics?
To a future of grief.
I will commit
I'm
this to
curious about... I think the Wyvern troll lane is going to do pretty well against Lesh Legion. I think Lesh Legion's actually a really weak lane. Sure, they've got magical burst, but they don't have the sustained damage to efficiently trade, especially because of Arctic Burn. That Earthshaker or Felius. Every game has had a shaker in it, and we've just seen it do crazy, like impressive stuff.
Going to be good. This is going to be good.
This lane, however, is going to be really annoying. Really annoying. I think that they struggle very badly against this. I think Earthshaker and Night Stalker are going to have real problems against Klink's Shadow Shaman. Shadow Shaman has a freakishly high 75 base damage. Unpausing and getting back into this game just before the laning phase begins. Both teams getting 2 bounty runes. It's funny, the off lanes look really weak for both teams. I think they're going to struggle. The mid is, I don't think I've seen this matchup in who knows how long. Super cute use of Decrepify to just prevent him from getting last hits, but Pugna has reasonable base damage, decent auto attack animations, good range, and his Q also easily spammable.
Denied.
But 3x sort. Yeah, this is going to be the lane to watch, I think. The other two just are probably going to be pretty difficult. I don't think they can kill this Shaker, but they can certainly bother him. Force out a lot of regen. Actually, they may just kill him. Throwing out a Fissure, and they actually can't really pursue past that thanks to the positioning of the Fissure. But Orphelius going to have to use some of his regen. 6 tangos, though. Definitely nothing to worry about for him. Definitely, and also very useful to create space for Elam on the Night Stalker. Moment of courage, allowing Legion to trade really efficiently. I want to watch this. I love these taunts. I can't wait to see who gets a taunt in the next battle pass. That's all that I care about. But now just throwing out some harassment. The moment of courage is going to make it really hard to harass in melee and just in general because she'll be able to lifesteal off of creeps. So that lane probably going to go a lot better than I thought. This lane, I think, is going about as expected. Night Stalker just doesn't have a lot that he can contribute. The first few minutes of the game are always hard for him because it's daytime.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Trooper. Farming okay, but it's all turning up star in the first couple minutes of last hits. Should be careful. Diabolic Edict. That is physical damage. Important to note. I also see a lot of Leshes maxing this, going like 2-3-0 at 5, 2-3-0-1 at 6. I wonder if he'll follow suit or if he'll get a point in lightning. Meanwhile, Shaker trying to contest these pulls a little bit. At least trying to stop the stacks, so allowing him to get some space for the Night Stalker, who, if he can get in on Klink's freely, can really bully him. Klink's extremely fragile, but he can only do so when the Shaman's not here. Just look at that. Able to... That's the problem. But, well-timed Fissure, well-placed Fissure, pushes them back, and now he's eating a mango. Only... God. This spell does no damage during the day. Night Stalker, very, very sad boy during the day. Diabolic Edict. Troll just going to back off. Doesn't want to tank all that damage. And Earthshaker just hanging out here, stopping the pulls as best as he can. And also just disrupting any stacks that might come out, which will allow them to, again, create some get some freedom for this Night Stalker who, once the first night comes, will really see his impact. And I'm very curious about that. But Invoker using his Forge Spirit to farm the side camp, giving him a lot more efficiency and going to give him a big lead over that Pugna. But Pugna, not someone to be underestimated. Good harass and going to farm that Forge Spirit too. Meanwhile, Legion just going in under the tower. It doesn't feel like she's any real danger, and she's not really. Not until Wyvern gets a couple points and the Splinter Blast. Caffeinated. 2 Wraith Bands. More good harass. And the Soul Ring on Legion is actually pretty significant. If she maxes overwhelming odds, just get some value points in it, can do a lot of damage. Brion taking some hits, but Troll Warlord now, very healthy. The Splinter Blast will connect onto that Leshrac. He doesn't have any more regen besides 1 Tango. I'm kind of surprised she didn't launch that Splinter Blast at a creep, but otherwise this lane is relatively even. I apologize for my really erratic camera work. It's been a little bit. And Shaman showing no fear to this Night Stalker, but I don't think Night Stalker is going to be very respectful to him either. And uh-oh. In fact, a good Hex. Nighttime, Bounty Rune's taken. There's a Fissure up. I think Big is done for here. Silenced, and Nighttime's his time. And nope, not going to get that Shackle. First Blood going the way of that Night Stalker, and a second Bounty Rune. So Bounty Runes, 2. So what? 2 for 2. Yes, 2 for 2. I was reading that weird. And the First Blood going the way of that Night Stalker. He should be very happy about how that turned out. Up top, Lesh getting bullied back a bit, and that's just the big problem is the rank 1 Diabolic Edict is a decent spell, but Splinter Blast and Troll Warlord's Whirling Axes, that's just a lot of very fast damage, whereas Lesh's damage is going to be happening over a longer period of time. A TP in mid onto this Earthshaker, but a beautiful Earth Splitter from the Lesh to protect his Invoker from an attack from the Shaker. Unfortunately, no mana on that Shaker anyway, but both sides trading blows vigorously. Still some action to come in mid here, I think.
No.
If Meepo hits a Q, that's going to really hurt. Clink's farming pretty well. Night Stalker actually not farming that well. And there's a strafe. The Silence. Dust coming out too. And I think he can solo kill this guy unless Shaman's able to reach him in time, but he's going to back off. Play it safe. Knows under the tower he could very easily die. Not going to connect. Good try. But it's really annoying landing against Invoker just because of how strong his regen is from Quas. Up top, Troll Warlord after him. The blind coming in too. Arctic Burn triggering now. They don't have a targeted Splinter Blast at this exact moment, so she should be just fine. But mid, Leshrac making a move. Perhaps they're going to try something on this Pugna, but Pugna is out of mana. They've got Cold Snap and they've got Chaos Meteor, so it's definitely a doable kill. This tower getting really low. Pugna does have Nether Blast. They're going to have to try to deny it, but he does get the tower, and actually, Invoker really low and dies! He does seem like he's going to get this Pugna, but that was really rough for the Radiant, and Pugna will die, but I think he's pretty content with how that went. I'm surprised he only got so little gold for that, but did get the tier 1 tower on top of it, so a lot of gold for his team as a whole. Troll Warlord maxing the Whirling Axe is something we see a lot, just for some added burst. And with that Axe's damage talent, it's actually a pretty respectable burst combo. And Shaker just pulling the wave back. Is he just going to die to this? Yep. Just dying to the tower, pulling the wave back, trying to get some more momentum for them as they perhaps make a play onto this bottom tier 1 tower. I think questionable to give away that much gold. But no, they're going in deep. It's still nighttime. They want to get as much of it as they can, and they just destroyed him. That poor Shadow Shaman, but he's probably pretty thankful to tank the gank for the Clinks. Up top, Legion Commander farming the pole camp, but Troll Warlord still in a really comfortable position. Top of the CS. Night Stalker's the only core that's doing pretty mediocre on CS. He seems to be focusing a lot on harassment, but we'll see how that bites him. I worry. The Klink's ult did come out. Klink's nearly dying, but no one died down here. Now Invo trying to pressure this tower himself. Threw down that Alacrity really quick. Oh, Pugna. They've got some pings. They know that he's around here. They've got Cold Snap. He does have it, has the suck, but it's going to get canceled immediately. Earth Splitter 2, and now trying to save Yummy. The Tornado actually might buy him a brief moment to survive, and now they're going to go in on this Invoker. So 1 for 1, possibly more, but I don't think so. Wyvern here actually, if she gets the Arctic Burn, has a Splinter Blast 2, throwing it out. It does connect, and Leshrac likely to die here. Looks like he's just accepted his fate, and a double kill for Elam. So they lose their Pugna, but a good fight for 5 clones anyway. Roughly even, roughly 200 gold, I should say, roughly even on experience. Just 300 is, I guess, pretty significant at this point in the game. But
Denied.
the farm is mostly Radiant, mostly Star, but they're very... I'm not sure how this is going to look after the laning phase. We've got a lot of fights happening. The AoE Silence coming out. Elam is very tanky, and they just drain that Less Dry, and now they found a Shadow Shaman. Looks like he's in trouble too. The Decrepify! Ouch! And goodbye, Shadow Shaman. Had those shackles, but not going to save him. Bounty runes are up, and it looks like 2 for 2. Legion Commander able to secure both top, so not a complete loss. And Pugna, I think, really wants this tower. His Arcane Boots completed. Probably going to get a rod of Atos like literally every other hero in Dota. I would suspect Leshrac to get one as well. But wants to get his Arcane Boots first. They might try to make a play on this Pugna. They've got the sight, they've got the Shackles, they've got Hex. So a lot of control. He's just throwing those out. But has to be careful. He's got no backup. Heroes rotating up around the top lane too. Both supports are in mid. The Hex comes out, but I don't think they have any follow-up. Even if they get the Shackle, they'd have to kill him very quickly before he's able to turn the tables and Decrepify and just kill the Clinks. That's something that he could definitely do. Now the Radiant, no Night Stalker is here. She's going to play very carefully. Up top, Troll Warlord's alone, but I don't think he really needs any help right now. Has that ultimate, but needs to be careful about a duel. Mid, they're letting Shaker farm. I think he's aware of this guy. Yeah, they know he's farming this. Oh, Wyvern's coming down now. Has she been spotted? Short pause. Hopefully short pause. Up top, they've got Sunstrike, so another really good asset for duels. I think if they get a duel, does he have Sunstrike invoked? He does, and that's 350 pure damage. They could easily kill Troll Warlord if they get a Sunstrike. A Sunstrike duel is a guaranteed kill. The question is, are they going to be able to get to that?
This is going to be good.
Caffeinated, TPing away. Where is he TPing? Is he going back to home? Mid? Top? Yes. They're TPing the Clinks up top. He sees a lot of heroes moving around. They saw the Wyvern coming down, and they saw the Night Stalker, so they know things are about to get really rough down here. So he's just going to go top where he knows that there's no heroes and is rather safe. There's also an important note, that most spells having a short cast animation. The Split Earth has a really long cast animation, requires a lot of setup. You don't need to worry about it with Duel, with Cold Snap, with all these other control spells. And Troll Warlord, gotta be careful. I think he senses that there's something fishy here. Maybe even gonna make a turn, though. They've got a TP from Pugna. He pops his ult, the Siphon, coming in, draining this Lesh, but he's still alive for now after the Legion Commander. Nissa does have Duel, but I don't think anyone's gonna fight. Legion blocked on the right side for Legion, the wrong side for Shaker. And oh, they found Lesh, and he's dead. Not the kill they were after. They rotated a lot of heroes up here, but Night Stalker now has a free lane. He's still down here. It's daytime. He does have his ult, so I don't know if he really wants to go anywhere at the exact moment anyway. It's like he can commit his ult, but it's also kind of some farm for him down here, some XP. Shaman did get this Home of Knowledge too, so will have Mass Serpent wards. Ward seeing Klink's move, also saw Nissa.
Radiant's top tower is getting walloped.
Push continues. Troll Ward only one rank in Fervor, but still respectable damage, especially with that Pugna, and they lose Shadow Shaman at the bot lane to the Night Stalker, and Leshrac needs to be a bit careful himself. With the Night Stalker's ult, he does a lot of damage, has an earn too. If he had the mana, I'm sure he would have gone for it, but Invoker down here sees Brion. Uh-oh, she could be in trouble. Pops that, and uh-oh. Sunstrike, and goodbye. Good try, but goodbye. Probably should have just tried to fly over the tree line and get to safety, but a lot of Radiant Vision down here may have made that difficult in the first place. Klink's moving down to the bot lane now. Maybe they want to make a move on this tower. They have Shaman wards, but he has gone to the top lane, so Mass Serpent wards won't be committed down here. There is Echo Slam too, so they should all, both teams have got to be pretty careful. Lots of heroes moving. Caffeinated will probably have scouted out that Pugna, which may signal a retreat.
Demised.
Nice deny. And they'll kill that. They'll kill that themselves. So both teams trading wards. The only casualties so far. Wyvern only level 5. No Winter's Curse to set up. Split Earth did find a Pugna, but no one to follow up. Legion Commander happy to farm up top. Has no TP. It looks like she started it but canceled. And now it looks like we might have a fight down here. Shaker getting gone on, getting hexed, and uh-oh, there's a bunch of heroes coming. He's trying to get that fissure. The tornado will connect. He's got an Echo Slam, but not able to use it. He's getting so low and just gonna die. All of that magic damage, and the Klink's arrows too. Klink's does survive, and oh! A double trap! Two heroes inside the meatball coming in! It's a delicious stew made of dire heroes, and Elam not going to survive. And Troll Warlord, the only hero left. An amazing combination of wards, and damn, I'd tip him too if I could. Big DZ with a big play. Dire looked like they were going to be able to get some kind of kill out of that, but trapping not one but two heroes in the wards, into the Lesh stun, into the meatball. It was just amazing. And then Klink's hunting this Winter Wyvern, but oh, that's Legion. Has a duel. Does use it, and she should be dead. That should be the first duel win of the game. With Diabolic's Edict just timing out this tower, it'd take a little bit of time to kill, but not that long. Now some TPs. Shadow Shaman just placed a ward down. Pugna. Oh, he decapitated himself. Oh, that's a sacrifice. So they've sacrificed Shadow Shaman to the Dire to get that tier 1.
I cast you out.
Troll, there's no duel. He doesn't have mana to ult, though. The Cold Snap keeping him slow. He's on the run. I think he's okay here. Blink Dagger forward from the Legion. 2 seconds and she can duel. That should be a kill. And yeah, this should be a quick duel win as well. Oh, nope, they don't get the duel win, but they do get the kill.
Here's a blade in your eye.
So another nice pick, but unfortunately they didn't get the duel win. But a kill is a kill. I think duel is an excellent control spell just to guarantee kills on course like that. Looks like Star starting to get into the swing of things, and I apologize not switching to net worth a little bit sooner. It's fairly close, less than a 1k advantage going either way. Currently in favor of Star, but I believe it was Radiant favored for just a little while, or Dire favored, 5 core favored, but, or 5 clone. 5 core? 5 clone. It's 5 clone. I'm horrible with names today. I apologize to anyone who might be watching this, if either team does deign to watch.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's
They won't commit Shaman Wards for this. They can easily kill it with just the Edict and the Clink's arrows. However, they did fortify for the bot. TP on Clink's coming down, and I wonder if that's what Pugna wants. Clink's doesn't have like a silence, doesn't have a diff blade. He's alone for now. Yummy, Yumi, caffeinated. They're looking at each other. That tier 2 dead. Invoker, duck down here 2. And drums, and they're just gonna get out. Tons of Radiant Vision bot, but not a lot. There's not a lot of vision, period, up here. So I would like to see both teams make some plays in this area. And Wyvern taking away the only enemy ward in the jungle there. And oh, can she get the heal in time? Nope, it doesn't matter. The Sunstrike will finish. And she's not level 6 yet. Very, very bad for them. Good fissure, I think. A nice stun again. Shackle's coming out too. Splinter Blast will deal some damage onto DZ, and he's going to die to that Pugna Blast, but I don't think they can get anything else. It's looking pretty good for the Radiant so far. For Star. Oh, they do find this Legion Commander. Can they get her? It is nighttime, so a lot of damage. Getting the silence, throwing on that urn would prevent her from getting a blink. Some added damage. Siphon coming in too, and yep, she's gone. They committed the Clinksult though, trying to get some added damage. The Dust coming out. Wyvern picking up an Arcane Rune. Very, very good for her. Sunstrike does connect, but it's split between 2 heroes, so no one dies. Ags completed on to 2 big items. Ags on Invoker, and Leshrac with a Rod of Atos. Pugna does have his Yules and actually going for a Dagon. I do not like that. It's just super greedy. Earthshaker, of course, queuing up. I just don't think it does that much. Like, it does damage, sure, but your team does damage. Your hero does damage. If they go BKB, I don't know. I feel like it's overkill, right? I understand the reasoning. Don't get me wrong. Decrepify, increasing the magic damage. You just, Decrepify, Dagon, Netherblast, suck, and then you kill a hero. But that, I don't know. I would rather see a utility item, even a BKB of his own, even an Ags. Oh, Meteor coming in, Pugna popping that Yules. The Sunstrike is committed, and he's at 1. And he is probably done. Trying to Siphon, and a good use of that Decrepify, but unfortunately not going to do the trick. Meanwhile, up top, Shaker getting gone on. Duel coming out, and a lot of damage. That's another kill and another duel win. That marks the 3rd victory for Legion Commander. I believe the 3rd, because it's, what, 18? Yeah, so she won 2 on level 1, and then the Hex. Lots of really just individually good plays from Star this game. I think they've cleaned up. I think they've played hero. They're now playing heroes they're a lot more comfortable with. I think in the last game, they just got. They just kind of got. I don't know. Maybe they were experimenting. They just didn't seem like they were playing very cleanly, except for Duck on the Ember Spirit, who played phenomenally. But Trooper, with a diffusal blade of his own, intriguing choice. Probably just wants to try to this Leshrac or the Invoker. There's also a diffusal blade on the Clinks, which I do really like. Help him just lock down a hero, kill them very quickly. Going for a Shadow Blade next on Troll Willard. Absolutely needs a BKB. 3rd item. If not 2nd item, 3rd item. I think it's actively throwing the game to not get BKB on Troll, on Pugna, on all of their cores. They really need to get it. Legion Commander has her Blink and Blade Mail. They may be able to move for some kind of play. They see her. I think she can get away. Yeah, immediate Blink. They've got no way to follow that up. They will kill that ward, though. Shaker's still 500 or so, 600 or so gold away from his Blink Dagger, which will be a very substantial improvement to the teamfight capabilities of the Dire of 5 Clones. Both teams have decent teamfight. Like, they've got good AoE, but I think in terms of just, like, teamfight potentially winning spells, I think 5 Clones has the better comp. You've got Echo, you've got Winter's Curse. If you Winter's Curse Invo, it's very possible he just dies if he's by like the Clinks and the Legion Commander. It's entirely possible he will just die. trying to get some deep vision of their own. Both teams warding very deep at the Rod of Atos on the Troll. No follow-up. Fissure to block off any potential pursuit anyway. Wyvern trying to fly. Legion knows where they are, but won't be making a play on them. Very risky to do that without vision. Like, she saw the Wyvern, but I don't think she wants to go in on her without having any idea where everybody is. Do they have a smoke? They do. So I'd like to see them smoke. It'll be nighttime sort of soon. They can always use the NS ult too, which makes it night for 30 seconds. And oh, they've got a ward. They see the troll ward. He doesn't get his ult off in time. The stun. Can he survive? If he can get his ultimate off, he'll be in a good position. The Echo Slam too. A lot of damage coming out. They're getting the Legion extremely low. Legion will die too. The Leshrac doing a ton of damage. But now the Shackles and those Shaman wards doing all that work. And the Lesh still alive for now. They've lost 3 heroes and only got that Legion Commander. And it looked like a really good engage too, but it just wasn't enough. 6k advantage. They committed Echo, they committed Winter's Curse, but unfortunately weren't able to find the right targets that they needed. Troll Warlord just getting too low too quickly to be able to make anything out of this fight. Fortification coming out for good measure. The Clink's there, very threatening to a tower. Pugna now queuing up a BKB. Looks like they've heard me. At least Pugna did. I think they all need BKBs. The magic damage from the Invo and the Lesh isn't the only kind of damage coming out. There's a ton of physical damage on stars, so perhaps some might rationalize that BKB is not necessary. Any game Invoker is in, BKB is necessary, and I would argue the same about Lesh. Invoker and Lesh both contribute enough magic damage to any one game that it's worth getting a BKB just for them. Maybe a Lesh you could justify it just by getting a pipe, but against Invoker, absolutely mandatory. He has too many spells, too many excellent control abilities to survive without a BKB, except maybe Lifestealer who can get Rage, and I would even consider BKB on Lifestealer at that, just to never get affected by spells. An 8k gold lead for the Radiant for 5 clones, and I'm thinking things are looking rough. If they don't get those BKBs, if they don't start getting some good individual picks, if they don't get some big team fight wombo combo, and even then, we saw them get a pretty good fight there with a decent Echo, a pretty good Winter's Curse, but it just wasn't enough, and I would like to see Star go for Roshan. Uh-oh, Pugna, he's found. They see her. Night Stalker popping the ult, going in. Invoker did get silenced, thankfully, popping the EMP too, but losing a lot of mana himself. The Splinter Blast won't connect on any enemy heroes, and they're running as fast as they can. Legion Commander popping her Blade Mail. Do they want to go for a fight? Leshrac will die, and a nice ult, but blinking right into that. Klink's getting extremely low, taking him down. They do lose one, and a mega kill for this Invoker. Troll Warlord does die at the cost of the Leshrac. Shadow Shaman getting very, very low, committing his wards. Will get killed by the Night Stalker, but now Night Stalker himself in serious trouble. Beautiful wall, really well done from that Invoker. And now 2 heroes dead, 4-2, but 2 cores for 2 supports, and I think Star will trade those 2 heroes every day of the week. Oh, and they may have found another one. Legion has duel, can blink for it in a second, does get it off, and goodbye, Earthshaker. Good try. But the Radiant, Star, in firm control of this game. And now likely to just get this tower too.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
A really difficult fight for 5 clones. They weren't really able to get in that in the way that I think they wanted. Radiant were able to run away very quickly thanks to the tornado and able to re-engage at a more favorable position to them past this tier 2 tower. Over here, they had vision advantage because several of their heroes couldn't be seen down here, and Night Stalker was busy with the Shadow Shaman and wasn't really able to contribute to like locking down the Invo or the Legion. And it was just a very difficult fight for them, but now Pugna with his 10-second BKB available. Troll Warlord almost has his Shadow Blade, but I really don't think that's going to be enough. I think he's just going to get kited. Absolutely going to need to get a BKB. The loser of this game eliminated from Season 4 of the Learn Dota 2 League. Something risky. But I think if you're Star, you're comfortable with this. I think they should Roche, frankly. Roche and attempt high ground. You got all the tier 2s except mid. Roche, get mid tier 2, go high ground. Even if you just get a tier 3, go high ground. Get the shrines. Accelerate your gold advantage. The scan coming out will show no enemy heroes in that Roche pit, as they haven't gone for it. But they could. I really think they should. They've got a Medallion of Courage on the Clinks, almost a Solar Crest. We've got Legion. Like, they just got great heroes to kill Roshan. And now Invo finally getting his first talent. This is actually pretty common. He just needs these maxed so badly that talents are kind of secondary. Like Pucks and Darkseers, for instance, don't get talents for like level 15 just because they wait, because they need to have their other spells maxed. But going the Ghost Walk cooldown, pretty interesting. I wonder if he's going to go this Forge Spirit. Oh, they see somebody. The Night Stalker, a good echo onto just the Invoker. Can they get him, though? Caffeinated doing a ton of damage, and now Leshrac going to die, too. A beautiful duel. Pugna doing a lot of damage. Will finish off the Shadow Shaman, but that's all that they get. And Pugna taking tons of damage from those Clinks arrows. Man, nearly dying to that army, and now with the Alacrity, just look at this tower. They may not even need to go Roche. Is there a way to... Can I check his cooldowns still on this? No, I can't.
Dire's middle tower is under fire.
I really think they should go for Roche if they're not going high ground, which they may be. They've already dropped the Shaman wards, though. Shaman is dead anyway. I think Roche is the safer play with Lesh. They're pushing in. They've got Fortification. Trying to set up on this Pugna. The Nether ward going to be really annoying for this Leshrac. Alacrity on to Legion Commander. She's looking for a duel. Gets it on Wyvern, an immediate kill. And the Rack's exposed. Shrine's vulnerable. Elam looking for his vengeance, but I don't think he's going to be able to find it. He doesn't have that ult. No Hunter in the Night. No Dark Ascension. Sorry, Dark Ascension, not Hunter in the Night. So not able to fly. Now it looks like they're going to get these shrines, easy kills, and the shrines, maybe when they get the shrines they'll go for Roshan. Then they know there's no way that they can teleport to try to contest the Roche. Troll Warlord not even queuing up a BKB. I will reiterate, and I don't want to sound like I am over-criticizing Trooper, but I think it's throwing to not get a BKB if you're a core in this game on the Dire. I think it's actually throwing, and oh, what a good tornado. Can he get anything else with the BKB? Immediately pop Troll Warlord using his ultimate too. Running around looking for some enemy and actually just ends up hitting that. Caffeinated has his ultimate as well, but I don't know that they want to pursue this further. BKB done on Legion Commander. Invo. Blink, duel, Blade Mail. Can they get the kill on this guy? He's very tanky, and they will. The dual victory for Nissa and a bounty rune. 110 dual damage. Legion looking fierce in this game, and now more pursuit. Missing that tornado, but a disarm pushing back onto the Winter Wyvern. She does have Cold Embrace, but not even able to get the cast animation off before she's blown to bits. Nissa going for that Desolator, more damage onto buildings, more damage onto heroes, of course. Personally, that's probably one of the better damage items on Legion Commander, actually. I don't love seeing Legions go full damage because you just do this instead. You get dual victories, and then you don't need to worry about building damage. You just get it for free. Well, I wouldn't say free. I mean, in this game, it's been pretty free. Trooper, I really want to see you, bud, succeed. And I think you need a BKB to do that. Much like everyone tells you you need a college degree to succeed, you need a BKB to succeed, troll. You need a BKB or no one's going to look at you. And it's because you're dead. No one's going to look at you because you will be dead. They will look at you very briefly, and then they'll kill you because you won't have a BKB. But now, going into the Roche pit, and they just delete Roche. And Aegis on Clinks. He's got the Burning Army, and it's 17,000 gold in the bank. Let's look at buyback statuses. No buyback on Troll or Pugna. Otherwise, every other hero in the game appears to have it. Well, every other dire hero. Push continuing. They've got Burning Army. They've got Duel. They've got Shaman Wards. The question is, do they want to commit them on racks, or do they want to commit them on like another tier 3? Would they drop the wards on mid or top or bot instead of dropping them on the racks mid? I think it'd be better if they dropped them on another tier 3. Oh, poor Brion. Level 30, 32 minutes and just getting level 10. Oof. Scythe of Vice just finished on the Invoker, not Legion Commander. Random dust. Looks like they're aggressively pinging Leshrac for that dust. Legion with a 10-second BKB, and things are not looking good as they approach the tier 3. Leshrac has Diabolic. Nice Echo, but it's not enough. Just barely juked. Winter's Curse coming out too. Does stop that Shadow Shaman from dropping any wards. They lose the Shaker. They've got all of the Radiant heroes up too. Uh-oh. They've got a Blink. Troll Warlord hiding in stealth. A nice jump forward from this Invoker, doing everything he can to set up for a fight for his teammates. The Ice Wall trapping them in. The Burning Army too. A lot of damage on these guys. A buyback from the Earthshaker, but it doesn't matter. He doesn't have Echo Slam. No Winter's Curse either. They've got Shaman Wards available. Actually, no, it seems like they did commit them out of the pit. I don't know what happened with that. The Drain, but it's not enough. He will get the Aegis, but Clinks is alive and well. The Radiant starting to hit these buildings very hard, and I just don't know if Dire can come back. If they had an Echo Slam right there, maybe, but it just doesn't look very good. As this is at least 2 lanes of racks, and very possibly it's just the game. With Alacrity up, it could just easily be the game, and they're losing another hero. Winter Wyvern already dead, and forcing a buyback on her, but without Winter's Curse, she doesn't contribute that much. Splinter Blast will certainly not deter them here, and I think Star are at least getting Megas, very possibly just winning the game. It really, I think the BKBs came out too late. I think the Invoker had too good of a time in his lane. I don't think Troll Warlord itemized very well at all. I don't really like the Diffusal Blade. I don't really like, I do not like the Shadow Blade after the Diff Blade, and I just don't think it came together right for 5Clones. But Star certainly executed the way they needed to, and I honestly think a lot of that was the Shadow Shaman. He played incredibly well. Shadow Shaman and Invoker certainly my MVPs of this game, and yet another kill. And it's really, they're just giving him away at this point. Troll Warlord dead, and Mega's on the way. No buybacks, and that will be GG. As they haven't called it yet, but certainly going to be GG. And Star will be advancing to the finals? Probably, of the Learn Dota 2 League, and unfortunately it looks like 5Clones1Yumi ending their journey here as their Ancient does fall at 35 minutes. Congratulations to Star winning game number 3. That means the score 2-1 in their favor, and Star will be advancing to the finals. I'm not very familiar with this tournament. I was not very well prepared for this, but thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is my kind of first cast in a while, first really committed cast in a while, and so I hope that you all enjoyed it. I think I would love to hear some feedback from you if I could, but I don't want to take away from both of these teams who played very, very well today. Some awesome games, especially that game number 2 was really incredible, and I look forward to hopefully casting some more of this league in the future, but that remains to be seen, just as it remains to be seen how Star are going to fare as they go further, and if 5Clones comes back for the next season. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will catch you next time.